What up, everybody? Backlog Gaming here with another Warbond and Beyond. This is episode 6. This is where we give you all of your Helldivers news for the week in one short video as fast and quickly as possible. So let's dive into Liberty's latest. This is going to cover our MOs. Right now, the Gloom Shielding Polymers MO was successful. We collected 30 million rare samples. We also held the planets that we needed to hold in order to do this. This will allow us to venture into the Gloom by giving us some type of polymers to adhere to our engines, to make it so that when we venture into the Gloom doesn't attach itself to the heat resource and render our ship useless. From there, right now we're working on maximum security cities that are labeled as MSCs. That's going to be New Hope City, New Aspiration City, and New Yearning City. Liberate Duma Tyr, Julheim, and Beckvan III. We also have to kill 2.5 million troopers using the Orbital Railcannon Strke in order to establish this. That may get adjusted. We're already seeing them change the cooldown rate of the Orbital Railcannon. I have seen online that if you take one also in your loadout, you can utilize 2. So if you want to kind of increase your potential of Orbital Railcannon, whatever mobs that you can, then from there, that would be one way to do it. Jumping into Freedom's fine print, we actually got a patch now that the devs are back from vacation. This is patch 1.003.202. The main thing on this is crash fixes, weapon fixes, and missing DLC and Warbond fixes. Right now, the big thing on this one is, besides all the bugs being fixed, is the buffs to the PLAS-45 EPOCH. They improved the spread, essentially, by decreasing it by 75%, so it's a little bit more accurate in what it does and how it gets it done, so that is a positive buff for that. If you want to read the full patch notes, check their Discord, check Reddit, check Facebook. They're probably everywhere for the various crashes, but the main thing is that the EPOCH got buffed. Shaping Democracy, Arrowhead is working on a new, more complex Helldiver 2 enemies. So we've seen this in their Discord here, to where Yusuf was the one that mentioned this. He says, we always are. Enemies all have been becoming more complex, and we plan to continue that trend. We will still have to release a good amount of lower tier enemies to make sure that there are enough steps of escalation. However, laughing face emoji. So they are transitioning to work on new enemies for the fronts, which is also good. Helldivers 2 devs have acknowledged that the new Fortnite season feels very, we have Helldivers at home. So Sham said it feels very democratic, and Baskinator said, I'm not worried, Fortnite is Fortnite, Helldivers is Helldivers. If the kings of video games game drip think our drip is cool enough to inspire them, then that's super cool. But our games couldn't be more different from one another. There's room for us all at the king's table. And then he says it's giving the vibe of we have Helldivers at home. So he's the one that mentioned that. So the devs are aware of it, and from there, kind of seeing that they went with the theme that they're going for, hits home that they have what they have. Also, Helldivers 2 CEO would implores fans to send your thanks to PlayStation for the Xbox release. So he wants us to thank PlayStation for the Xbox release coming up here on August 26th of this month of Helldivers 2. So if you want to send Sony some love that way, you definitely can. I'm good. I'll give Arrowhead all the credit on this one. Whispers of the Super Destroyer. Right now we're looking at a couple rumors that have come out due to data mining. One is Unleash Maximum Liberation, which could be the new Warbond coming. This would give you an XO98 Combat Walker stratagem. We're also seeing the CV284M Light Armored Vehicle stratagem. We also seen an 8034 Guard Dog Backpack. I don't really have too much details on what those would be. essentially off the top of my head, but it's cool that we're getting more vehicles, and that we would be getting a new guard dog in order to unleash havoc. Also, Seaf reinforcements call-in was data mined. This is single use per mission, so you'd be able to call in Seaf reinforcements somewhere on a mission, hopefully in the future. Moving on to Super Citizen Spotlight. Since I was on vacation, I don't have any clips or artwork that I came across while I was on vacation. So I kind of wanted to talk about that the devs are back from their holiday break. That's a big news. And also the next wave of the story that we're going to be ramping up that we should see. I think you could classify these sections as kind of our... what do you call it? Kind of like seasons. But we're due for a new season to come to light. I think these are going to happen more quarterly is the time frame that I would be looking for, versus every 6 months. But we're ramping up for the Xbox release. We're going to have something. So to kind of talk about the previous MO, the Gloom Shielding Polymers, we could be going into the Gloom. There was also lines drawn on the map for Cyberstan, so we could be pushing into the bot front. Whatever the case is, I hope it's not squid related, and if the squids are in it, I'm hoping it's like a cross-conflict battle type situation that we've seen weeks and weeks back, of a leak to where you could have, automatons fighting squids, and essentially, and then you're diving into that planet, kind of like a three-way warfare. Would be pretty cool. But honestly, that's about the extent that I want to see the squids involved in the next story wave. We've kind of had them the last 2 story waves, so I would love if they gave them a little bit of a break and either focused on bots or on bugs. Either one would be fine with me, in order to see where we go to next, for it. And I don't think like going all the way to Cyberstan is logical. On the bot front, we just don't have the pushing power. But exploring the Gloom, I think that we could get people on board to do that, essentially. So I'm kind of leaning more towards bugs being the next wave of the story, and like trying to find the Hive Queen that has been referenced in millions of fossils and stuff like that we have seen on the bug front and on the map. Anyways, that's it for this episode of Warbond and Beyond. I hope you enjoyed it. There's a couple things before we go on our closing statement. We are live here on YouTube every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Central Standard Time. Anything that is Monday through Thursday or lasts longer than those streaming time windows is going to be TikTok exclusive going forward. We do multi-stream on every streaming platform: Twitch, Kick, X, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. I think are the 6 that we're running right now. So if you want to check us out on a different platform, that's cool. Linktree has the link to it. You can get to all my socials there. That's in the description down below. Also, daily content. Besides this show that we put out weekly every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, we also do a daily upload of a YouTube short at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. That is over here on YouTube, and it is also on TikTok. We may see some varying kind of videos because TikTok actually embraces music to be used on their shorts where YouTube doesn't. Also, we're trying to reach 500 subscribers. We're currently at 344. We're trying to reach this goal by the end of the year. We were doing really, really good and getting algorithm push, but right now things have slowed down. So hopefully they pick up with the Xbox launch coming down the pipeline here on August 26th to where we can ride out the rest of the year with some subscribers. But everybody counts. So if you're watching this to the end, I'd really appreciate if you hit that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, and also in the comments, leave me a comment letting me know what you think the story is going to take the next wave or what you would like to see. Anyways, that's it for me, guys. Keep diving. We'll see you next time.